Dear friends, welcome back. Welcome back to Alpha Physio Pelvic Care, all things pelvic health and beyond. If you are seeing my videos for the first time, my name is Anastasia Ovarova. I'm pelvic floor physiotherapist. I'm practicing here in a very sunny and hot Cyprus right now in July. I also do a lot of online consultation, both here within Cyprus and internationally. Today, I would like to show you a really simple, easy routine that will come in handy if you do suffer from prolapse symptoms. Prolapse is the condition when your pelvic organs, whether it's uterus, whether it's bladder, whether it's rectum, or all together, they're kind of moving downwards towards the opening, usually the vaginal opening, and quite often can create this heavy dragging sensation. And often the symptoms do not necessarily correspond with severity of prolapse. Somebody might have a very mild prolapse and still be symptomatic, or be symptomatic sometimes and not always. And some people might have a little bit bigger degree of prolapse and still be relatively asymptomatic, or have symptoms at certain times, such as, for example, before the period. So today I would like to show you a simple, easy routine using the block. It is possible to do it with a towel, but block just gives you that extra sturdy support that we will need. And it's a very easy piece of equipment to get and to store. You can get it in a toy store here, particularly in Cyprus. So I would really advise you to get yourself a block, and let's do these exercises together. Make sure you drop a like in this video and subscribe to my channel to get all the advice that I give to my clients in consultation. I try to break it in bits and pieces and put it out here. So let's begin. Since prolapse is the condition where it's a gravity affected condition, so if you're upright and gravity works on the organs and moves them downwards, let's say outside of your body towards the exit, we need to counteract this gravity. So we want to get in the position that is where the gravity will actually help us. So the first such position is laying down on your back and placing the block. I'm going to use here the longer side, okay, and placing the block under your back. Here I'm placing it almost, not almost, under my sacrum, so the sacrum bone, and just resting on it. You can start here just with some nice deep breath into your sides, relaxing that pressure from the pelvic floor, relieving that pressure, allowing for the organs to slide back into their place. Breathing in and breathe out. And you can do it for a minute, for 2 minutes. I'm not going to give you a certain amount of reps. As soon as you feel that things are, getting a little bit more relieved, you can do it. After that, if you need to, you can actually hold a little bit the block. You can support it. You can also keep it in this position, but here you will not be as high. So the reverse effect, maybe not as much, but if this is enough for you and for relieving your symptoms, you can do that as well. I'm going to keep it with a longer side up here. And here I will start to do my simple pelvic tilt. So I'm thinking I have a gap here and I want to close it and open the gap. So I'm going to breathe in and I'm going to open the gap. Let my ribs stick out a bit, and as I breathe out, I'm tucking my tailbone in. I'm trying to do a bit of Kegel squeeze here, and I'm flattening out the gap. I'm trying to close it with my back. Breathing in and breathe out. Engage your pelvic floor. Breathe in and breathe out. Few more. Breathe in and out really slow, 3-4 seconds we want to do it. And don't forget to do your gentle pelvic squeeze, and you can do it about 8, 10 repetitions, 12 if you feel like it's really helping you, you can do that. Nice. Excellent. And relax. And then we remove the block and drop down our pelvis. And then we place the block, I would say with the medium side, I'll place it in between my knees. And again, going into gravity assisted position. So here I did my pelvic tilts. Now I'm going to do full pelvic bridges. Plus I will add a bit of a squeeze to adductors, and adductors will help to stabilize the pelvis and quite often also to strengthen the pelvic floor and give that relief of the prolapse feeling. Breathing out, gently tucking your tailbone in, lifting your pelvis, squeezing the block, squeezing the pelvic floor. Breathe in, breathe out, squeeze. Breathe in. Nice and slow. 3-4 seconds. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4. Going up on breath out. Going down on breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. There is no breath hold anywhere. Please, please, please don't hold your breath. There is always breathe out. Bit of squeeze of the block. And breathe in. And you don't have to go to this super high bridge, okay? It's about moving things back in and relaxing. Moving things back in and relaxing. And you can do about 8, 10, 12 reps again in a nice, slow, steady rhythm. Now, we will change position, but again, we will stick to our gravity-assisted position. So we will go on a 4-point kneeling, and we will place the block in between our knees, okay? Here, it's slightly elevated from the floor. It's not completely resting on the floor. And I'm dropping on my elbow, so my bottom is higher than my shoulders. So it gives me this gravity-assisted position. And here, I'm going to breathe in. I'm giving a bit of a squeeze to the block and rotating my feet out. Breathe out. Now with the breathing, I'm not going to be particularly picky in here. All right, we can think about breathing in, opening the pelvis, breathe out, engaging, closing the pelvis. If it's easier for you to do breathe out on opening and breathe in on closing, that is also possible. Here, it's not super crucial. As soon as you give it a good squeeze, breathe in, out, in, and out. We do our 10, 12, 15 reps and then give it a nice good stretch back here. The next exercise, we can go up onto our hands and keep gravity neutral. So here our bottom is not higher than our shoulders. It's still gravity neutral though, or you can still stay on your arms. Both versions would be correct. And here we're going to do like a small mini plank type of a movement. Legs will be parallel. We give it a good squeeze to the block and we're going to breathe in, lean back. A nice deep 3-4 second breath in into our sides. As we breathe out, we give a gentle squeeze to the block and slightly lean over to our hands. A little bit more than 90 degrees here. A little bit. Breathe in. Deep, long breath in. Breathe out. Give it a squeeze. Engage. Just a little bit more than 90 degrees. Hovering over with my face on my palms. And that's it. If you choose to be here, it's gonna be like this. Breathe in. This particularly works well if you have more of a bladder prolapse. This one, if it's more of the rectocele prolapse, or it really depends how much your hands can take. Some people really struggle on their wrists. Okay, and again we do our reps here. Nice, and that will be it on the 4-point kneeling. And one more exercise you can do as well to relieve the symptoms. It's going to your side. Again, it's fairly gravity neutral position, so it's not gravity exactly assisted, neutral for sure. We keep our gap here under our waist, and the block is in between our knees, so the knees are resting. And we're going to breathe in, breathe out. I'm gently engaging my pelvic floor. I am adding pressure to the block and lifting my heels slightly higher than my knee. Breathing in, breathe out. Gently engaging my pelvic floor. My waist is not moving. I'm always trying to preserve this gap here. Breathe out. And again, you repeat 10, 8, 12 times on each side. The last exercise, it's for pelvic floor mobility, also to release any tension that might be around your hips and pelvic floor that can also contribute to the feeling of heaviness, especially when you have a prolapse, is placing our block under our knee. So therefore, your pelvis is already kind of in a twisted position, so it's not in the even position. And you place your right leg slightly behind. So this is my left, my right, and I'm dropping here again, either on my hands here, or you can stay here. I prefer this one because it's totally gravity assisted. And I'm going to breathe in, reach back. My left hip is flexed more than my right one. And breathe out, leaning over. Breathing in. Your pelvis won't be moving equally, all right? It's gonna be kind of twisting side to side, this is what we want, because we want the release between the joints, between the pelvic bones. Forward and back. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Okay, nice. And then we switch. Left leg behind, right one in front. Dropping onto your elbows. And we are going to breathe out, breathe in. Again, giving some relief between the pelvic bones, in our hips. Especially if you stand all day, but also if you sit. If you spend all day in the same position, doesn't matter. Standing, sitting, both of them will be tiring if you're not getting out of that position regularly, if you can't get out of that position. Breathing, breathing in as we go back and breathe out. Of course, we repeat on each side equal amount of repetitions, 8 to 10 times. I really like the stretch. I might even do it a bit more. It's really up to you. How do you feel? All right, great. And we are done in here with the prolapse symptom relief with a block. You might use it every day at the end of the day, after work, for example. You might use it only on the days when you feel a bit heavier. Maybe you had your gym workout, maybe you had your run, or maybe your period is approaching and you would like some relief. So it's kind of a universal tool. It will take you about 10 to 12 minutes and really provide you that pressure relief that can be really bothersome if you suffer from a prolapse. Remember, if you do have prolapse symptoms, it's best to consult a qualified healthcare professional. It can be OBGYN, it could be pelvic floor physiotherapist, maybe considering pessary as a support for your prolapse. I have a separate videos for the pessaries. If you found this video useful, if you tried any of these exercises, please let me know in the comments. Let me know how did it make you feel. Don't forget to drop the like, and we will see you back very, very soon. Bye.